Hello, gorgeous soul. Guess what? Most people wanted to keep the intro. So here we go. This week we have Vesta shifting signs and going into Leo. Vesta is based on the Vestal Virgins. It's a long story, but it's about your independence. But also it's about keeping the home fires burning. And there is a very tricky square between Mars and Pluto. Ooh, this one's going to be full on, so pay attention. So much other stuff, including Uranus even going retrograde. Here's your weekly astrology. Hey Gemini, it's a dramatic and exciting week with all sorts of potential for you to connect, communicate and transform things. Let's start at the beginning where we have Vesta. Vesta is a energy that's kind of, the myth around it is of the Vestal Virgins. They used to keep the fire burning and it said that Rome would go on as long as the fires were burning. I believe the original myth of the Vestal Virgins goes further back than the one that most people talk about, which is that, still interestingly enough, these women were free. Unlike any other woman in ancient Rome, they were owned by no man, not their husbands, not their family. They could more or less do what they pleased at the end of their burning of the fires. So they had this sort of weird independence. And in astrology, traditionally, people say, it's all about the home and the hearth, yada, yada. But I believe it's more than that. It's about being in your own power in everything that you do. It's about being in charge of your own passions, as well as keeping everything together. Anyway, Vesta's shifting signs, and she's going into your communication zone, which is good because it means you can keep yourself going this week in the way that you communicate. You can help other people communicate. You've got lots of very, very strong ideas, but you're also a team player and you're aware that your ideas have an impact on other people. Anyway, this week, the thing to watch out for is the Mars square Pluto. I believe it could be quite dicey out there in the world, but individually it could mean a massive blowout and upheaval. And for you, it's in quite a primal position. If someone has been annoying you in your group of friends, in someone you collaborate with, even online, make sure you don't freak out online and write something that you regret, because you know what? Those things last forever. So just be cautious. There's a power struggle. There's something that might incense you this week and make you really annoyed. But you know what? Not only you, the whole world is a little bit pissed off on the 13th of August, so avoid. On the 15th of August, though, there's a much more positive vibe as your ideas are flowing this week. And, you're an ideas person. You're ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, and your communication skills this week are off the scale, apart from that possible blip with the Mars square Pluto. So that when the sun trines Mars, you are able to be a force for good and you can passionately put your ideas forward. Sometimes you find it difficult to make a decision. You go this way, you go that way. You've got so many ideas. It's difficult for you to prioritize them. But this week you're like, right, this is it. I'm pushing my ideas out there. And, after the 13th and around the 15th, it's a good time for you to express yourself and other people see and experience your passion. Now, Uranus, the planet of the unpredictable, is going retrograde, is going backwards. But this is quite a good thing. You might have had quite a few spiritual, psychic, spooky experiences over the past over a year. And you're like, in some ways it's good because you've been shoved into your soul path. You've been pushed into situations where you realise that there's more to heaven and earth than just the practical reality. You may have had dreams, you may have met people, there may have been strange and spooky experiences which has really sort of awoken you. But right now with Uranus retrograde, it's easier. Oh, and also there might have been like secrets revealed and things unearthed which were shocking to you. But right now it's a little bit calmer, so you have the space to think. And really the priority of this week should be talking, communicating and pushing and driving towards your goal, particularly when it comes to your ideas. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Yeah, you're under a bit of pressure. The Seven of Wands. I'm sure if you've listened to my readings in the past, you've heard me describe the Seven of Wands as what it is. If you look at the Rider-Waite or the Biddy Tarot or anything else, you see someone standing on a hill, lots of staves and pressure coming towards them. But guess what? You're on top of the hill. You're winning. Even if you feel under pressure, You're actually winning. You're doing it. You're fighting the good fight. And yeah, baby, what's the next card I've got? It's the Six of Wands, victory. So you may start off under pressure, but ultimately there is victory there. There may be communication with someone, the King of Swords, which is an Aquarius, Libran or Gemini. Possibly they're a bit detached, but the best way for you to deal with it is to be the Empress. You are giving birth to ideas. You are giving birth to your sensuality and your creativity, and you're feeling abundant and open and in your gentle power. There may be a decision coming up, Two of Swords, and you're not sure what direction to go in. Well, let me tell you, it will be made clear because you've got the Major Arcana card, the Wheel of Fortune, as well as the Empress. So the Wheel of Fortune is something is going to be revealed, and that's very much in your astrology. You're going to see the way forward and you're going to move on. There may be something troubling you, the Three of Swords, an old pain, something stopping you from moving forward, but now it is onwards. Take care, gorgeous, and I'll speak to you soon. Hi, gorgeous. Before you go, check out my new film on my fabulous psychics. A lot of people ask me for readings. I don't do them anymore, but for over 20 years, I've had an award-winning team of psychics that I truly hand-pick. So check out the film, let me know what you think.
The purpose of a reading, I feel, is very much to inspire people and to empower people.
It's about hope. It's about guidance.
Using a phone or being with you, it will be the same because the matter is spiritual.
It's very important for me that the client feels spirit with them. So it was a psychic reading.
I don't remember the readings right after because it's not myself giving that, it's actually coming from spirit.
And it is a bit like a three-way conversation. I've got the person on the phone, I've got me, and I've got another voice that's telling me things.
I even shock myself, things that I come up with, and I think, how did I get that?
I'm channeling messages only for one purpose, to help people.
It's been able to help somebody have a map back to where they've got lost from.
My priority is to connect to your truth and have the best life that you can have.
I think in my readings people feel a sense of a safe space where they can really be themselves, let go.
You need a feeling of being understood because reading should be empowering.
I will make sure when the reading is finished that you're happy with everything.
I couldn't do anything else. It's part of who I am. It's what I came here for, obviously.
And when they come back and tell you they've got their dream job or the love of their life, that really makes me feel like I'm valued.
I love to hear a sigh of relief. A lot of weight has been lifted off their shoulders.
We have the answers that we are looking for within ourselves. I know I have the tools to help you.
Everything begins and ends with you.